The other one is no nuisance. No nuisance.
Fine nuisance. Where's your level?
This is exactly what I was saying. Or anything that is likely to do so. I mean, couldn't you sit at home and say, oh, I'm going to go down?
It's a nuisance to me, it's not a nuisance to you. And vice versa.
Exactly.
Alright then, so what you're going to see in this one is EA audits to the game. I always have to do that. Every time I watch his stuff, I have to do it. Yeah, EA audits asking police officers about public space protection orders which are in place around the town centre and the seafront. And I really like this copper. Everything what's coming out of his mouth is speaking sense. So what he demonstrated in this is the type of police constable I would rather have an interaction with than a lot of the ones I put on my channel. This one to me is a perfect interaction. This copper is down to earth, makes sense, and he seemed like a genuine copper. But let's just get straight into it.
Happened to us. So let's go and ask these fine officers. Hello, sir.
Hey there, mate, you all right?
Yeah, all good, all good. I've come to ask you about the. Oh no. Bit of a car crash there. RTA or PTA, pavement. Part PTC, isn't it? RTC now, isn't it?
See, yeah, it's collision.
Yeah, collisions.
No such thing as an accident.
Yeah,
There's always
yeah.
someone to blame, apparently.
Right, anyway,
Hey there, mate, you all right?
Okay then, so before we get into that, what that copper's just said there, it's called collision now because there's no such thing as an accident. I sort of agree with him. A car accident or collision wouldn't happen if somebody wasn't distracted in some sort of way. Like I said the other day, I seen a lass, a youngish woman, rear-end an ambulance. Now that's happened. That ain't an accident. Something's clearly happened. How do you not see an ambulance? You're either driving too fast or distracted doing something else. So I sort of agree with what that copper said there. But the way he said it is quite funny because some accidents do happen. Mistakes happen. It is what it is. But again, a lot of the collisions that what happen on the road happen because of somebody being distracted. It's that simple. Or not paying attention enough while driving, which I think is absolutely delusional. You're driving around in a ton and a half, 2.5 ton, 3 ton vehicle and you're not paying attention. No, that's a big mistake. But let's actually get into this video now.
I'm very impressed with the turnout today, basic police. That's very good.
Wish the weather was better, but you know, it is what it is.
It's cold, isn't it?
I can't feel my fingers.
But I'm doing a little report on the PSPO because some of the people think that it's a little bit draconian and I think it's a bit difficult to enforce.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what you think about it. It's like down the seafront. I've noticed there's the sign with saying no noise, no noise.
Well, okay.
Of any kind. It's difficult to enforce, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with no noise of any kind. Plus,
There wouldn't be a quiet zone.
yeah, quite. I mean, it goes on to refer to cars, but it does start off with those words, and then it says no noise of any kind or anything that is likely to do so. How can you enforce that? Crazy.
Ask the council.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
in the buffer or anything, but yeah, ask the council.
But,
How
well-
want us to enforce that, yeah.
they set these things up and expect
Yeah.
the police to enforce it. You know, like, and the other one is no nuisance. No nuisance.
Fine nuisance. Where's your level?
This is exactly what I was saying. Or anything that is likely to do so. I mean, couldn't you sit at home and say, oh, I'm going to go down?
It's a nuisance to me, it's not a nuisance to you. And vice versa.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. I'm glad you take that angle because it's difficult to enforce, isn't it? The other one I saw was no intimidation. I mean, that's not here in the high street, it's down the seafront.
Perspective again, isn't it?
Yeah, down to, like ASB, no doubt. But
Okay then, so what they're actually talking about is a public space protection order. For those that don't know, it's covered under the Antisocial Behaviour, Crime and Policing Act of 2014 and is section 59, which states this. I'm going to highlight it up to here.
1. A local authority may make a public spaces protection order if satisfied on reasonable grounds that 2 conditions are met. 2. The first condition is that A. Activities carried on in a public place within the authority's area have had a detrimental effect on the quality of life of those in the locality, or B. It is likely that activities will be carried on in a public place within that area and that they will have such an effect. 3. The second condition is that the effect, or likely effect, of the activities A. Is, or is likely to be, of a persistent or continuing nature. B. Is, or is likely to be, such as to make the activities unreasonable, and C. Justifies the restrictions imposed by the notice. A public spaces protection order is an order that identifies the public place referred to in subsection 2, the restricted area, and A. Prohibits specified things being done in the restricted area. B. Requires specified things to be done by persons carrying on specified activities in that area, or C. Does both of those things.
So if you want to go through the rest, you can pause it now, have a quick read. Pause it now and have a quick read. But a public space protection order is there to stop people's lives being a living hell in certain areas. Now they're on about the seafront and not making a noise. I think that's a little bit excessive. Most cars, motorbikes, any of those sort of things make a noise. Now you can have a completely stock car which is going to make a noise. So the way that it has apparently been worded is absolutely outrageous. Now I can agree, some cars where people go and do burnouts, racing up and down the roads, will affect people's lives and make the area an absolute murder to live in. But just saying noise or anything likely to cause noise is absolutely ridiculous. So in my opinion, yes, the wording is wrong and they should go back and rephrase it. And the other thing, that's why I like this copper. Because, what is it, a quiet zone? The things he's saying is absolutely spot on. The wording is what has been used in the order, in my opinion, is completely outrageous. They've banned noise, they've banned anything which is likely to cause harassment to somebody, and all that sort of stuff, which, like this copper said, it all comes down to perspective, because what's a nuisance to you might not be a nuisance to me. Now, I've had this argument with my local authorities about me, myself. Apparently, I was being a nuisance, and they couldn't prove it, because nobody else had an issue with me doing what I was doing. And that was it. It was their perspective against my perspective. I'm not being a nuisance doing what I'm doing, and it's that simple. So it all comes down to like that copper said, what you find to be annoying, I might not. But all that being said, let's get back into the video.
In the high street here, I've noticed they have got no defecation.
The thing is, it must have happened at some point for them to put that underneath.
Of course it has, but I mean, is it really necessary? They've even got a little diagram of the fella.
Yeah, I know, I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it. So, it's like a bit of comedy. But yeah, very impressive turnout today. You're sort of keeping an eye out for bikes and stuff.
Yes, any kind of bikes, then adapted electric bikes, and then obviously e-scooters, which are, as you know, illegal anyway. So yeah, that's what we're up to. So e-bikes, you know, they can go up to pedal powered up to 15.5 miles an hour.
Right.
Anything over that, they're obviously adapted or anything like that, which obviously is illegal.
Right.
Which comes under the Road Traffic Act.
But so if someone come down here with, I thought it was the size of the wheels, wasn't it?
No. It's the size of the energy and the power put through the wheels.
Oh, all right.
So they're meant to be pedal powered. You can't have the twist and go or the flip and go. You've got to start pedaling for the motor, then start kicking in, and you can the maximum speed they're allowed to do is 15.5 pedal assisted. Obviously, around here, nothing. You can't cycle on the high street. So it's, if it's someone that's like
Okay, then. So what this copper is actually saying is true. I think he's describing an EAPC or something like that, which has requirements that the bike must have pedals. So that can be pedal it. You can't have a motor stronger than, what is it, 250 watts. It can't go faster than 15.5 miles an hour. The motor must cut off electric assistance when the bike reaches 15.5 miles per hour. The rider must be at least 14 years old as well. But the list does go on about what ESPN can be. I don't think the throttle assist or the throttle and switch thing to go makes a difference as long as the motor switches off when it hits 15.5 miles per hour. So I don't think it makes a difference if it's got a twist throttle or not, as long as it doesn't go faster than 15 point something miles an hour. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not going to go through all of their rules and regulations on the EAPC rules and requirements, but what it's saying is true, apart from that last thing on about the throttle and that. But he could be right and I could be wrong. But I'm sure as long as it switches off at 15.5 miles per hour, it's legal, and as long as it's not more than 250 watts, and it's got pedals attached to it, which can be used to power the bike. But let's get back into the video.
A little bit oblivious. It's kind of an education sort of thing. We try and educate them and say, don't do it again.
Well, that's kind of like what I'm doing here as well, you know. So
but if it's like someone like, say, the Uber Eats and the Just Eats and all them sort of, they all know. So we're a little bit more firmer with them because they've all been warned plenty of times. So anything that has been modified or adapted will be seized.
Would you usually stop someone if you saw them on a bike course?
Yes, yeah. Well, so I used to be part of the town centre team, so my day-to-day was up and down this high street, and the majority of that was either shoplifters or people cycling on the high street. So
yeah. They not give you gloves?
They do, but I'm trying to keep my hands warm with a drink. It's warmer with a drink.
I was going to say, you know what I mean? It's cold, isn't it, tonight, today? 3 degrees. We've got the beast from the east coming as well. Has this operation taken over from Safer Spaces, or...?
No, Safe Spaces. So it's this, I can't remember what this one used to be called, but this is just another of Safe Space. Will be continuing on the evenings, on the Friday nights and the Saturday nights, and then a little bit more throughout the summer period and the summer holidays. That will continue, and then Op Union will still continue on the seafront during the summer period with increased officers. This is just another op on the high street, just kind of like get a high vis presence. That's
why I was sort of interested about that PSPO down the seafront, because it seems to be a bit over the top, but you know, the council know best, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Right, so, did you come out of Southend Station, or?
Yes, I'm Southend, mate. Yeah.
Is it all Southend?
Yeah, we're all Southend.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, we're all
very
Southend.
impressive. Very impressive.
We're the town centre team with the PCSOs, and we're also the neighbourhood officers in the outer walls. So, like, the neighbourhood officers from Shrewsbury to Lee, sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. So probably going to be a lot less shoplifting today as well, I would imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No bank's going to get robbed today.
Yeah, that's hope so. Well,
all right. Yeah. All right. Well, keep warm. Stay safe. And, thank you. Cheers. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
So, like I said, I do like this copper. His attitude around it, and he seems to be very well informed, especially with the job he is tasked to do, which is a very pleasant sign and pleasant to see, because you never see that anymore. The police are out there and they end up sent out to do a job they know nothing about, and that's enforcing the law. Now, he said, I did like what he was saying about people are oblivious to what the law is. It's just a bit of educational, but people what should know what the law is, like Uber Eats and that sort of stuff, clamp down on them, which so you should. Now, I think educating people first is a very good idea, and then after that, start clamping down. Especially with these e-bikes. Now, obviously, electric scooters are completely legal. Everybody knows they're completely legal, so you should just clamp down straight away with them. The amount of accidents you see from people in electric scooters with cars and all that sort of stuff. And there's nowhere for the people driving the cars, but end up having to go through the insurance to repair for the damages, and then their premiums go up. It's ridiculous. And now the same thing can be said with bikes, but most people with bikes have got insurance as long as they've got home insurance. Some home insurance actually covers you on your bike. believe it or not. Not all, but some do. So if you are a cyclist and you watch this channel and you don't really have a public liability insurance, and you do have home insurance, maybe look into that, because you could be insured underneath that. Or if you have got home insurance and you do pay public liability insurance, have a look. See if you're covered so you don't have to pay twice. But all that being said, like I said, I do like this copper. It seems very fair and reasonable. This, to me, was a brilliant interaction. But all that being said, I want to thank my members for being a member. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. Become a member. Everything said in this video is my opinion. If you don't like it, tough titty. But I do want to know your opinion in the comments down below. So let us know what you thought of this interaction in the comments down below. As always, like the video. It does open YouTube's algorithm. And I'll catch you on the next one.